Hi, Debbie here, and we're going to be doing another travel. Today we're going to travel to the Middle East, which is basically this area right in here. So let me tell you about the countries of the Middle East. There's 22 countries. Iran, Cyprus, Egypt, Iran, Iraq, Israel, Jordan, Kuwait, Lebanon, which is where I'm from, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Syria, Turkey, and the United Arab Emirates, and then Yemen. So 22 countries. And not all Arabs are Muslim, which is, not all Muslims are Arabs. So the religion in these countries is Islam. Like I said before, not everybody, well, Arabs are Muslim and not all Muslims are Arabs. So, and now we're gonna, before, Ron M is having a birthday, so I want to shout out to him. Happy birthday, Ron. I hope you're enjoying this food-related piece. And this is what is in most homes, and it's Arabic, and it means welcome to my home. So these, you have it placed on a wall somewhere in their house. And let's go to, it's my favorite part of Lebanese or the Middle Eastern culture is the food. So a lot of people know what the Mediterranean diet is. It's, fish, plant-based. They use a lot of garlic, lemon juice, olive oil. It's a big thing. Virgin olive oil. They love that. It's really good. Chickpeas is a staple, chickpeas are garbanzo beans, and that's usually used in hummus, and which is a dip, and falafel, which is it's street food. It's one of the beans and spices, and you just deep fry that, and you put in a pita bread with lots of sauce. That's street food. Of course, Arabic bread is one of my favorite things. As a child, my mom used to make Arabic bread from scratch. And there are days when they come home from school and the house would smell like Arabic bread. And I could not wait to take them out of the oven, and because of the pockets, right? So they just poof, take the air out of the bread and poof in your face, and oh my gosh, good memories of that. Also lamb. Lamb is used as a main meat, and then lentils also. And then of course spinach, vegetables, spinach, cucumbers, eggplant's a big thing. For eating in their culture, in the Middle Eastern culture, is always the right hand, because the left hand is considered dirty. So greeting people, eating, is always with the right hand. And lunch and dinner is when people gather and have a good meal. Good company, good food, like we have here in the United States. You have a good party and you have good friends around. So that's when they converse and talk with each other. Because after the meals, you don't sit around and talk. Everybody goes their separate ways. So if you have a big lunch, you have a small dinner. And it's usually the dinners are usually late, like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the evening. Typical meal consists of lamb, fish, or stew, rice or bread, vegetables. It could be a vegetable or a salad. I know some good recipes for cucumber salad, yogurt, mint cucumber salad. Appetizers are usually like the hummus, which I have right here. It's a dip used with the Arabic bread. You have pickles, you've got hummus, you've got olives, you've got dates, you've got nuts, all appetizers. And usually for dessert they have oranges or dates for dessert fruit. Meal times. Breakfast is between 7 and 9 a.m. They get pita bread, feta cheese, and fruits and nuts. Lunch is served after the noon prayers. So they have morning prayers, noon prayers, and evening prayers. As lunch is served between 1 and 2 in the afternoon, and dinner is late, like I mentioned, after evening prayers. Alright, let me describe to you a special dish that's a national dish of Lebanon. It's called kibbeh, and it's basically lamb that's in a mix of pine nuts, and you can put it in a pan, and you can have it. Kibbeh naya is raw lamb. I've had that before. And the regular kibbeh is a big lamb, and you have it with yogurt. Really good. I'm getting hungry. I'm really getting hungry. Okay. Like I mentioned before, a lot of Arab countries are, the religion is Islam. Saudi Arabia is one of the countries in the Middle East, and it has the most oil reserves. Actually the largest oil reserves. And my friend Kat can testify to that. There are 2 million Arabs worldwide. Arabs is not a racial trait, it's a cultural trait. So it's different than, and I mentioned before, not all Arabs are Muslims. Not all Muslims are Arab. And then the Middle East family is very important. And how the family works, it's patriarchal and hierarchical. So that means the males, the fathers, and the elders are in charge of the families. And male siblings are considered more important because they take over caring for their parents, whereas the female children get married and they serve their husband's family. And in the house, usually in the house, they have separate rooms for men and women. And now I'd like to introduce to you one of my favorite persons, and she's a special guest to me right now. She's going to model women's clothing. Welcome, Kat.
This is what you wear every day in Saudi Arabia. You must be covered, your hair must be covered. The face you can leave open unless you're in Riyadh, which is the capital, because the Matawa will definitely hit you with a switch. And it's important to notice too that there's little loops here on the sleeves, so if you're in the market or the souk and you reach up, that way your sleeve won't come down and expose your wrist, because that too will get you a switch from the Matawa. But this is the normal wear. Keep one hand here, and remember to hook your thumb. And is it comfortable? No, it's very hot.
So what is this?
This is an abaya.
Abaya.
And most of the Saudi women wear a complete mask. They don't show their eyes. It's a double gauze. And at night, because you can't see, they lift one layer so they can see. But in the daytime, they have to have both layers down.
It's called a burqa?
A burqa.
Burqa. And then the head scarf is called?
Scarf.
Scarf?
Yeah, I'm sure they have some different names for it, but we just said grab your scarf and your abaya and go.
What's Hijab?
Hajib. Hajib.
Hajib. That's what my research said is.
Right.
Head scarf I can pronounce. So this is the abaya,
This is it.
and I have worn that one, and she's not kidding, it is warm,
It is.
especially with the burqa on. So yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. So when you're eating during your meal, it is a compliment to the family or the guests of the to not eat everything on your plate, and that means that the family can afford food. They don't have to. You don't have to eat everything on your plate. It's it's wealth. I can afford to feed you, and then anyhow. Well, now on food, I talked about the food, and I want to give you some Arab contributions to civilization. Did you know that they invented the concept of zero? They invented the decimal system that are used now in libraries. And in architecture, they made huge, grand mosques, beautiful. And in engineering, they invented the water wheel, irrigation system, and cisterns. So let me show you, I didn't show you this with the clothing, I would like to show you a piece, beautiful dress. This is a Bedouin dress from Palestine. And if you can see, all this is cross stitch. It's all over the dress. Beautiful. And it's the same kind of material as what the cat showed you earlier, the abaya. The same kind of material, heavy material, so it's going to be warm. I once wore this for Halloween once. My mom said, please, please, please don't spill anything on it. So, it's nice and bright. Brighter than the abaya is. There you go. So, that's the end of my lecture on the Middle East. Hope you enjoyed it. See you soon.